Hey everyone, Matt Waldman with the RSP Boiler Room. This week's episode is on Kenneth Dixon, the running back out of Louisiana Tech. Now, I've done an episode of the RSP Film Room on Dixon when I had Dan Hatman, the Scouting Academy founder, as a guest, and I wanted to show Hatman a game of Dixon's against Oklahoma because the box score against the Sooners was a really bad box score, but when you watch the context of what he did on tape, it was a much more impressive performance. And I want to show the same thing with this RSP Boiler Room, which is a briefer film episode. And what I want you to be able to see is a few plays in a row here that give you some context to something bad happening that was Dixon's fault, to him being able to respond to that type of adversity. And you get a chance to see not only the effort, the resiliency, but you also get to see some of the physical and conceptual skills of what he does as a running back in this game that I really like. So we're going to start off here with the bad. This is a game where they are down 17-27 in this game, and it starts off early in the third quarter here. Actually, we're going to watch it with really within the first minute of the third quarter. And this is going to be a play where the right tackle pulls to the left side. Dixon's going to follow. He's going to have pretty good ball security. Usually he has very good ball security in terms of technique, and he ends up losing the ball to an excellent hit by a defender on this play. So he gets around the corner. He makes a nice little jab step in and out here to bait this middle linebacker around. We're going to watch that one time. See that middle linebacker kind of climb up and then see how the play's developing and shoot the gap. But as he was shooting the gap, you saw Dixon be able to hesitate and then bounce outside. It's a nice little play by him. He gets around the corner. Ball's fairly high and tight, and look at him lead with his non-ball carrying shoulder to attack this defender. He gets pretty low, but the defender gets lower and is able to pull down the arm in the context of the hit, and the ball's going to go skyward. We're going to watch it right here. Gets around, ball's pretty high and tight, and then as he tries to get low, the defender gets lower, and that ball goes skyward there. It's a very good hit by the defender, and while it's something that Dixon needs to improve upon, compared to most running backs, and I'm not even just talking college football, pro football as well, he did a fairly good job holding it securely. He just got beat. That's the best way to put it here. So here's the follow-up play. Western Kentucky doesn't do much with that possession, and now it's 11:07 in the third quarter, and they're still down 10. And watch Dixon here on this particular play. Now we've got a little bit of a draw with a trap. Nice little hesitation and move to bait the block and get that block set up, and he squirts through the outside, and now it's off to the races here. And he beats that linebacker or that defensive back, I believe, to the flat. And this is a cornerback. Cornerback came from across the field, and he gets another 10 to 15 yards. A nice little stiff arm to ward off that cornerback until this one grabs him and pulls him down. This is a 49-yard play, and we're going to watch it one more time because there's a lot of little points that Dixon shows here that just shows a lot of polished running. This little setup, the variation with the step size, nice little hop, setting up the block, that block set up right there, hitting that hole and bending it outside, this defender coming downhill, good speed to that outside. Now watch this. This is the part I love because when he stiff arms this corner from the backside, at the same time he's turning his outside shoulder away from this cornerback trying to grab him. See how he did that? I mean, part of that is because he's making that stiff arm, but that effort to do so and not making it a half-hearted one makes it more difficult even for this front side corner to make the reach, and he has to grab by the jersey. And where he even makes that reach is around the 20. And we're talking about 9 yards before he brings Dixon down. It's a really nice play. And this came right on the heels of a fumble. So remember, high and tight ball carriage here. Still doing a pretty good job there. We don't get to see the rest of that play. But then that follows up we get a nice little red zone play from what's a 32 formation, kind of a full house backfield. Dixon's on the left. We're going to watch him get his shoulders low, bounce off the first defender in the gap, and just roll over the back of that defender for the touchdown. This is a nice goal line running for a back who is, I would say, medium sized for NFL standards if he's truly 5'10", 215 pounds. Look at him get low, hit off of that defender with his arms, shoulders, turn over the top, and get in. Really nice play. So, I mean, that's something that I definitely want to show you. And then, like later in this game, let's look at some of the effort with him away from the ball. Okay, this is a particular play that I think we'll get to see that will show him away from the ball. This is going to be a play action pass where they use the zone read exchange, and the running back comes inside, watches the quarterback kind of slide a little bit to the right, and then throw the ball to number 5, who's going to back up to the flat and take off behind his 2 receivers. And watch what Dixon does as a blocker. So we start to play, fake the exchange. Dixon comes downhill like he's the runner. Then he starts to key on who his potential defenders are to block as the quarterback's rolling out and going to throw to number 5. As he throws to 5, Dixon's now looking downhill. He's got 2 options here that he might be giving chase to. He starts to watch that, and he sees that this lineman's here within his sight, and watch him just lower the boom. Nice. Very, very nice. Watch it again. That's what you want to see with effort from a player away from the ball, especially a guy like Dixon, who may not be a high draft pick if he doesn't have a really great combine, because at 5'10", 215, if that listed weight is for real, I would say he's probably somewhere between, 205 and 210 if I were to guesstimate, and I don't think it's easy to guesstimate weight from this standpoint. If I did, I'd be winning, prizes at the local fair every week. But watching him be able to make this type of effort tells you he can play special teams. He can be a third down back. He can give you a lot more than just being a pure runner, and he doesn't have to get on a team just by how well he runs the ball. He can endear himself to a team because of what he can do away from it, and also with the effort that we displayed there. He's not a guy that's going to get down on himself because of a mistake here and there. So, again, couple of reasons why I like Kenneth Dixon. If you want to watch more, I would check out the RSP Film Room with Dan Hatman, and you can find that at mattwaldmanrsp.com in the RSP Film Room section, or you can find it on YouTube at the RSP Film Room channel. Thanks again, folks. Have a good day.